Hey riders, here we go folks, back in the mix. Um, yeah, what are we up to today folks? Let's just have a little peek here. We're gonna jump in here. Saturday morning, early as usual folks, Inside Cycling World, Colin here. What's going on today? Guys, it's currently for me 20 to 8 in the morning. I think I slept until 5 this morning. Been a super busy day. It's going to get crazier and crazier throughout the day. I'm going to try to get the mic a little bit out of the way. I hate seeing the mic. I can't stand it. Cannot stand seeing the mic. Let's just get on with it. Just give me 1 second, folks. Okay. I think I'm on track here. Again, early in the morning, super busy, setting up all the streams for today. Let's take a look at something here. Okay, guys, what are we doing today? Echelon Racing League in support of Project Echelon. Do not forget that. This is for a worthy cause. Disabled veterans, getting them active, getting them moving. Let's go, boys. Let's do some hitting. So what we've been doing here, folks, is we've been covering primarily men's B category. I've bounced into men's C a little bit. Jumped into the ladies as well. I think I took a look at the ladies B the first week, but now they've been promoted into the elite category, so I don't do that stuff. We've had 4 stages already. Golden Gate, Escape from Alcatraz, the Culture Ride, and the Deadly Coffee Trail through Colombia. After 4 weeks of racing, week 5 now, folks, we got another banger today. The standings at the top are so tight right now. Take a look at this. Jose Avedo, 745 points. Jonathan Big Joe Bisson, 745 points. We're at a tie there, folks. We're at a tie. We got Joe Meyer in the mix too. I need to look at something here. Yeah, Joe Meyer in the mix with 650. Dave Garguillo, 618. Martin Coffey at 586. Austin Urch at 583. Guys, I'm thinking that top 3, maybe top 7 even, there could be a huge shuffle this week. Let me check my time. 7:42, folks. Let's jump into the app itself. Okay, good news here. We got 2 minutes to go here, so yeah, there we go. 7:43. Number 1 guy right here, Joe Meyer. Let's take a look at him, folks. Let's have a little look at him. Oh yeah, take a look at this, folks. Do a little scan around here. Finally getting the camera figured out, folks. Finally getting it figured out. I'm not a pro. Remember, I'm just an amateur over here. I'm doing this myself. Ooh, that guy's got a nice beard right behind him there. Ooh, it looks like we got a nice field today too, riders. Nice field today. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go. I'll do my final check. So we've talked about the B guys. Just going to go back in here and turn some of my stuff off so I don't have too much craziness going on. We're going to bounce this up. And yeah, there we go. And last check for me, we don't need to see my big face in front of all the important details. The hair sharp, doing the C&W dress style today. What does that mean? Country and Western, as I call it, folks. Call this my going out country style shirt. Yeah, whatever. Just what I call it. So remember, folks, big supporters of this. Less than 1 minute to go. We got Wahoo. We got Tacx. Get yourself some Tacx today, folks. Sounds like a delightful snack. Super busy here today, folks. Again, I got this going off right now. I'm going to stick around as long as I can, as usual. You know me. 9:30. So this race starts at 7:45 for me. At 9:30, I'm doing my own 60K group ride on a different platform. That should take me just about an hour and a half, I would assume. Hour and 35, or I don't know. Not too hilly, so that'll be a good one. Somewhere in Utah. It's called West Mountain. At noon, probably like 1 hour after I finish that, maybe 45 minutes, I'm doing OTR Virtual Events Tour de Monde back on MyWhoosh. That stream is already set up. Jump on in, folks. Jump on in. Live chat is running. Just checking a few. 3, 2, 1, folks. We're off to the races here. We are off to the races. Let's hang with Joe for a little bit here. Watch it all break out. Guys, this is going to be insanely fast, this one. Insanely fast. Let's take a look at the group here. We're going to do a little zoom out on the boys. Yes, dudes, take a look at this. Who said I'm not a pro, right? Yeah. Dude, I've run so much software. Look at this one guy sitting off the front. Mark Valancourt here. Guys, just going to look at some of the names. Okay, so here, I just saw Martin Oviedo. Hey, okay, guys, I'm all over the place today. Someone is saying I'm going off the minute. J.J. Miller. I'm not sure if I've seen it. Joe Meyer. Joe's currently 3rd overall in the series. Remember, 1-2 are tied. Super J back as well. Great stuff. Remember, this is a 5-week series. Some riders are only going to be here for 1-2 events. Some here are for all 5. Let's bring the camera down a bit. Yes. There's one rider off the front. Is this guy really going to think he's going to take off all day? Maybe. Is he going to pull a Big Joe off? Possibly. Let's get it, folks. So Oviedo here, Jose Oviedo. Dude, love when this guy messages me. I love when this guy communicates with me through social media. Guys, feel free to do so. I ask everyone to do this. Yeah, this one dude, what is he up to? Take a look at Marvin Angarita as well's here. So let's just have Brent Sensenig, Scott Cunningham. Yeah, emote, boys, emote. Marvin Angarita. Marvin's right here. Let's just bounce back. Greg Tafoya, Mark Villancourt, Kyle Fry. I'm not sure if I know Kyle. Austin Urch. I think Austin's sitting 6th overall in the standings right now. Big Joe here, tied for 1st. We got, again, that one rider still just hanging off the front. There's one dude, Dave Garge. Dave Garguillo here. If you know him, you get to call him Garge, not just Garguillo like me. It's Garge. We got Baldali. Sorry, I missed his name there. Here it is. Andre Baldi. Seen this guy around a lot. Brian Kellison looks new. So some of the riders are going to be new today. And you're like, well, why are these new guys showing up? They're qualifying for nationals, esports. So both Canadians, because you say them first because I'm from Canada, and all the riders in the US need to qualify doing at least one event here. Ryan Nickerson, seen this dude around a little bit too. Chris Evans. Here's Brent again. Daniel Neugbauer. This dude reached out to me as well. Hey, Daniel, good to see you. Scott Cunningham. Scott's placed quite high as well. I'm thinking he's 7th or 8th. Peter Smith, new name here. Yami Dumper. Let's keep rolling back, folks. I need to get a deadly quiet mouse. Oh, wow, look at all these riders here. Greg Abbott, Jeremy Belcher, Randall Warren, John Little, Marvin Angarita. Ooh, just sitting on the back here, just hanging on here. Pace at the front, pretty quick, folks. Very, very quick here. So we're doing... we're in Australia. I think this one's called Cities Beach. Yeah, City Beach. And it's actually a wicked little course. We're doing 3 laps a day. We got a 3-lap circuit. Just around 28 kilometers. So you're looking at 9-point-something kilometers per lap. And it's a deadly course. A little tidbit for you. This is the first route that I ever did on MyWhoosh. Somewhere back, I don't know, maybe middle of October, something like that. Early October, probably early October. I did this route and I'm like, this is way hillier than I was expecting. So I think in the 9 kilometers, it's not a ton of climbing, but I think there's 76 meters of climbing per lap. It's a lot of up and down. A lot of up and down today. There's Albert Chan. Still got the one rider off the front. Let's see if we can see him. Yep, he's just up in the distance. He's probably hovering, I don't know, maybe 100 meters ahead or so. Actually, okay, let's get our numbers in here first. Marvin Angarita, Ryan Nickerson, 29. Here's Brian Hackman. Hey, dude. Greg Abbott. Okay, looking for new riders. Jamie Furman, we've seen him a lot. Joji Ishikawa is just pursuing Jamie. And then we got Joseph Paulson here. We got 36 riders on board today. Awesome stuff. Let's get back to the front. Get me up there. Get me up there. Let's not be slow about this. JJ Miller. I want to show you guys something here. Let's have a little peek back from JJ. He is just on a mission today. Have we seen JJ before? Does anyone know that? So guys, you can just see underneath the HUD. You can just see the crew coming up behind him here. But he's got a 9-second lead. He's starting to climb right now. This is great. Let's jump back to Jose. Jose's probably going to be pushing really hard today. I mean, he cannot lose one single point to Jonathan Bisson right now. Like, they're going to be finishing like side by side each other. The rider that doesn't that finishes, with one spot in between, that's going to determine the 5-week series champions. Now, having said that, next week, let me just check something here, folks. Going to go to the YouTube studio here. Oh, yeah. Thanks, guys. Lots of viewers in here. Joe, wish me luck. Joe, you don't need it, dude. You're consistent. You're showing up every week. You're smashing the watts. Johan Moreno is saying, Vamos, Jose. He is supporting Oviedo, who is currently tied for first place in the series. So, the series, well, guys, anything could happen. If those two dudes have a bad day, let's have a little peek back here. If those two dudes have a bad day, Joe's lurking. Joe is lurking, folks. Joe is lurking right in the background. So anything could happen at this point. If I just quickly look at the standings, Jose, 745. Joe Bisson, 745. Joe is sitting at 650. So he's 95 points behind them. You can get upwards of 200 points for winning. So if they have a disastrous day, something happens, there's a breakaway, Joe could vault right to the front. Joe, pulling for you, bro. Pulling for you. Let's get this. Let's spin this baby around now. We've had a nice overhead view here. Spinning it around. I want you guys to see what's going on up ahead. Okay, take a look, folks. People are getting antsy now. Who's this dude here? Bryant Kelly, strong Canadian, it looks like here. He's hunting down JJ Miller. Guys, they're bringing it all back together now. Now, JJ's going to have to recover at this point. He put in a huge effort solo. He's been out in the wind by himself the entire time. I need to get down to my live chat here in my secondary screen. Here we go, folks. Yeah, there it is. So I've got that running there too. Just lets me keep a closer eye on the chat there and tell you about the commentary here. This works well for me too when I'm doing group rides. Even on a chill group ride that I lead, I find myself out the back all the time. And I explain to people that watch or that ride with me, they'll be like, hey, why is Colin falling out all the time? Because when I jump into the chat studio on this screen, the big screen, I'm 20, 25 seconds behind. So I'm kind of chatting away, watching that screen, and there's been an attack. Or there's a downhill, and I'm soft pedaling. Or there's an uphill, and I don't realize it yet, but I'm going to get slammed right away. I think I'm still riding flats for a little while, see a sharp incline, and I get smashed. I'm stuck in a huge gear. I'm floundering, trying to switch gears. You guys know the story, right? Kyle Fry here. So it looks like 25, 26. Well, we got a big group, guys. 29 riders in the front. Chris Evans and Chris just off the back here, dude. Dig, 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 Chris. Put the Pontani gear into effect. Power through. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Get it, dude. You need to get back on now. Yes. That's what you do, folks. That's what you do. He's back in the mix. Get in there. Do nothing now. He just dropped 6 watts a kilo to get back on. Hide. This guy needs to hide now. So, as I was saying, looks like 30 riders in the front pack. I think we had 36, 37 in total. So we've got a few riders scattered behind, all riding their own paces. We got John Little 400 meters back here. Randall is 500 meters back. Probably some late starts. Joseph Paulson, 36 rider here. Still riding nice and strong. The guy's still pushing, 2.5 to 3 watts a kilo. He's not slacking out there, folks. Yeah, everyone's working hard. No one's just coasting here. Brenson Senig, Jeremy Belcher, Paul O'Donnell, Michael Brown, Kyle Fry. A lot of Canadians again, folks. Hey, and yeah, Jeremy here. Jeremy, caught you racing somewhere else. Yeah, I was in another guy's race video, and I was watching it. Anyway, whatever. I saw you racing on a different platform. Dude, smashing it as usual. Jeremy Chakes here from the Montreal area, I believe. Strong Canadian rider. Just getting after it. Martin Coffey. Yeah, Martin's sitting really well in the standings too. Let's take a look at Martin for a second. Martin right now, 5th overall, folks. 586 points. So, He's only, let me take a look at this. Dave Garguillo has got 618 points. So what is that? 14 and 18 points. That's a 32-point difference. He could somersault him. He could vault over him in today's race, which I think is really cool. It's giving people a chance. So remember, this is our 5th week. We started on December 7th, folks. I've been here all the way. Folks, doing every week for you. We had a 2-week break at the beginning. Hey, some of the houses on the side even have signs on them. That is so cool. You can see the signage on fences and stuff. I can see Echelon there. I can see tacky signs. That is so cool. Great way to promote the sponsors of events. It's already all built in. This is a really good feature that people who want to run events on MyWhoosh, it's there. I'm sure they can be changed. Like, look at this here. These banners. We got Wahoo, Echelon Racing Promotions, and Shimano, Tacx. Over and over, right in your face, folks. Yeah, great way to promote events, folks. Great way to do it. Smart. Okay, front group. Should have 30 riders here. Have we lost anyone yet? No, we still got our 30. Pretty chill right now. Very false flatty here. 1% or less. Having a little look around. Let's have a little gander here, folks. Let's have a little zoom in. We're going to have a little zoom in here. We're going to zoom in on Jamie. Actually, Jeremy's right here too. Jeremy's sitting on the back getting a nice rest. Let's have a good look at all these riders here. I'm going to find a good spot here. Here's Brent. Gregory Tafoya. Sorry, dude, I haven't mentioned your name yet today. I think Gregory might be someone. Ooh, and we have a Tacx off the front, folks. I see it going now in the distance. I think it's Oviedo. I'm pretty sure it's Oviedo. I'm trying to get up there. It's Jose Oviedo. Take a look at this, riders. Look at him go up this climb. 7 watts a kilo right now. Looking absolutely stunning in his jersey, his bib shorts. Always wear bib shorts, folks. And here comes the crew. There's people going with him. Jason Mount, JJ Miller. Jason Mount, saw you last week as well. They're coming back. Albert Chan is on his toes today, folks. On his toes. Albert reached out to me. I've said many times, Albert's name is very familiar to me, and he messaged me very kindly and said, dude, I'm not sure where we've met over the years. We haven't. But he was kind enough to reach out, say hi to me, does a lot of esports, and does a lot of fondos. I think he said he does a lot of grand fondos and stuff out in British Columbia. So I'm assuming that must mean he lives in British Columbia. Just assuming. He could be an Albertan for all I know. Here comes the crew rolling downhill now. Hopefully my camera works good, folks. I love the camera controls. I love the camera controls. Ben Nickerson saying that the map profile is a bit off. What that's telling me, that's Ben's hinting to me like, hey dude, I just got slammed by a hill when I wasn't expecting it. Am I correct, Ben? And having said that, there's a Ryan Nickerson here. Okay, so let me just check this out, folks. Here's Ryan Nickerson. Nickerson's not a very common name. So I'm going to ask Ben right now. Ben, I'm talking to you directly, dude, in the YouTube chat. Is this someone you know? I just assumed Ben was here because he's raced this. He has raced in this series, I'm positive. I thought I saw his name, but I'm probably just seeing Nickerson and going, yeah, that's Ben. Having a quick look back here, folks. You guys just do your thing there. Ben Nickerson, where is he? Looking at the standings. Yeah. Okay, Ben did one race. Ben did race 3, the Culture Ride. So that would have been 2 races ago. Totally remember Ben. So Ben got qualified for Canadian esports. There we go, folks. That's what it's all about. Let me just catch up with my story here. So 5-week series. There will be a leader at the end of this. Big Joe. Jose Oviedo. Maybe someone else. Next week, and so these 5 weeks have been to, build the excitement, get our series leaders, get people qualified for the esports championships in Canada. Hey, I live in Canada. Hey, I stream. I wonder if I should do some commentary. You never know, folks. We'll see what comes down the pipe. That's not my decision. Anyways, but you can drop some comments and say you want me. So we will have a series leader after today, kind of like our 5-week, I'm going to call it the 5-week champion. Then next week, there's a 1-day race, January 18th. Scratch race, run what you brung, let's go boys. Basically, it's the top 50 out of each category get invited back. That you kind of qualified for it by being in the top 50, and 1-day race, and that will declare the champion. We got a dude here, Shen Landau. Hello from Israel. Hey dude, good to see you here. What time is it in Israel right now? I guess it's got to be probably at least 10 hours ahead for me. 6 o'clock at night maybe? Is it 6 p.m. in Israel? It's 8 o'clock in the morning here for me. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for dropping a comment. All the stuff likes, guys. Helps the channel. I mean, if you can, like the videos. Tyler Dempsey, Ale, Brian, and Mark. Boys in Motion. Yes, dude. So Boys in Motion. I don't even need to look right now. I know Brian. Okay, I better look. I think that's Brian Hackman. There's 2 Brians, one with an I, one with a Y, and they are Boys in Motion. And I think Mark is, he's probably referring to Mark Valancourt. So let me have a look here. Brian Hackman, with a Y, and yes, he is Boys in Motion. Here's Ryan Nickerson. So I think Ryan is related to Ben Nickerson here. Neil is watching whilst he's creating races. Hey everyone, say hi to Neil here. Neil's a good friend of mine. He races on a different platform. Over in the, well, I can say it's over on the World of Ruby. We all race different platforms. Take a look at these bump, folks. You think City Beach. When I first did this way back in October, I thought, oh, we're going to be right along the beach. There's going to be like, lifeguards and, it's going to be full Baywatch action going on. Seals floating around, sand. No. It's up and down and up and down and up and down. We're on lap 2 right now. We've already climbed 113 meters in 11 kilometers. So this thing is just up and down all day. For my first ride on MyWhoosh, I was like, are you kidding me? It was hard. I just thought City Beach, oh, this is the amateur baby starter route. That's what I think. It's a tough little course, folks. Neil Rushpiece here. Him and Kyle have created Muckers Worldwide over on Ruby. Fantastic race series. And boom, folks, Big Joe Bisson at the front. Putting a scare into the others, I think. Let's have a little zip around here. Guys, this is me controlling the camera, just so you know. Pro cameraman, pro commentary. Let's go, boys. Inside Cycling World with Colin. Whilst exactly, Neil. Exactly. Dude, you don't know how many of my Canadian friends, and all of them, people I've known 35 years. Birch. Okay, I've known him 31 years. I'm a liar sometimes. They'll be like, dude, why do you say that? I'm like, it's whilst. It's totally whilst. Joey makes fun of me for saying that. Okay, crowds, folks, it's starting to break up a little bit. The big crowd of riders, which I was trying to say there, is slowly cracking apart here. Take a look. We're going over that little bridge again. There's gaps forming right now. So Jonathan Bisson was just putting a dig there. Jonathan Bisson has won 2 races in this series. And one was a solo walk away from the field. Just got on his bike and just walked the entire field. We're going to have a little more of an overhead shot here. I'm up in the helicopter right now. I need sound effects. Guys, I'm working on the Stream Deck next. For all you riders out there who don't know me, my name's Colin. This is Inside Cycling World. This is what I do. Neil, you can comment if you want. Neil, how many Muckers races do you think I've done? It's a lot, folks. It's a lot. I've probably done, in total, I've done well over 200 race commentaries. Other platforms and on MyWhoosh, folks. I've been around here a few months now. Look at this push at the front. Scott Cunningham. JJ Miller's back there again. And Jonathan. Jonathan being very savvy here, covering every one of these moves, and may use it as an attack point for his next push. And we got to keep an eye on Oviedo as well. Jose's really going to have to watch every move that Jonathan makes. If he lets him go, it's over, folks. And right now, we've got a gap. We've got the gap. Ooh, look at this. Jeremy's up front, too. Jonathan pushing hard on the front. Jonathan's specialty is time trialing, folks. This is what he does. Pushes the big watts and hurts people. This is it, folks. JJ Miller back at the front here. Ooh, we got 1 second back to Joe. Now, Joe is going to cover everything too. This is going to help Jose out because Joe knows if these two guys blow themselves up, he's got a chance of vaulting right into first place. Joe's Guitar Shop, folks. I'm assuming Joe runs... I think I might have asked him before in a video, but I know people don't catch everything I say. Does Joe run a guitar shop? Neil's asking me now, if I was racing on here, do you have as much control over the camera or is it a set position? Neil, there's two different camera setups. So what you're seeing here, I'm controlling everything here. I have a lot of control over the camera here. Like, check this out. I'm going to go... Sorry, guys, I'm not a pro at this. I keep telling you, self-funded amateur, but pretty good at this. Let's get down here. I'm controlling the camera right now. I'm bringing the camera down. Well, I'm trying to bring it down. There we go. It's coming down now. I'm controlling everything you see here, Neil. Watching the resplendent Joe Meyer. Chasing hard. 6th position right now. Let's get back to the front with Jonathan. When you're riding by yourself, Neil, you'll be able to... I'm going to show you something now, so I have full control. When you click the camera button on the bottom, you won't see this when you're riding by yourself. You only see this menu when you are... spectating. When you're riding by yourself, it'll show a camera with a little, it looks like a video camera button like this one with like a number below it. And there's like, I think there's 8 or 9 different camera positions. You can do a first-person point of view, like a first-person shooter point of view. So all you see, I think, is like your brake hoods. Some fantastic views, over-the-shoulder ones, down-low ones. And you know me, Neil, I don't know how many times I've said it in our videos. I wish I had more camera control. I begged for it. It's perfect here. I absolutely love it. And I just kind of, you know what, guys? I just got it figured out yesterday. Jonathan Besson at the front. Probably got a strong ally here with Jeremy Tacx. I mean, these two riders, no Jonathan, tiny bit through others. Jeremy, I've watched. He goes on huge attacks. They're both from Montreal. LA. They're from the same province in Canada. I think one's from Quebec City and maybe one's from Montreal. If they're both from Quebec City, they're definitely going to help each other, I think. And yeah, this dude here, Linux Master, don't know who you are. I dare you to come out and race with these hitters. I dare you. I don't know who you are, dude, but whatever. Neil saying, I'm trying to think how many times I've added your video to the blog. Memories say rubbish. I want to say 30, but won't dismiss. Neil, I'm going to go back. There's probably at least 100. Okay, this is Chainbreaker, Tuden. So is this the Tuden from who shows up for all the Muckers races? I think it is. I think I've asked once before. And Tuden, I think you do really well here. You should be racing over here too. I'm not saying taking away, I want to support everyone. Keep doing your mucker stuff. But this race today, it's on a Saturday, boys. Wide open for racing. So we've got our 3 at the front here. Scott Cunningham, JJ Miller, and Jonathan Besson. Now, I think JJ I'm pretty sure he's new this week. May have missed it. Okay, so it is Tuden. Guys, if you don't know, Tuden, perennial... Yeah, he's always at the very top of the Muckers races. I got to say, perennial top 3 or 4 rider every race when he shows up. Haven't seen him as much this year, but hopefully he starts showing up more. Yep, there's a difference between them. You got video, you got graphics. I think the graphics on this look pretty slick. I'm really enjoying this camera control for what I'm trying to do. This is perfect. You can see the riders in the background there. We'll bounce back to Kyle Fry, who is currently leading the chase. And guys, it's been smashed apart. It has been absolutely smashed apart. They're going over that bridge right now. And again, this bridge is up and down and up and down. It's brutal. I think at the far end of the bridge, we're going to get slammed with a bit of a wall. So we got 3 at the front, and it looks like we got 11 chasers. So our group of 30 smashed. We're at 17 kilometers. Scott Cunningham pushing hard. Yeah, see, here's that wall I was talking about. I remember this. I'm thinking, what is City Beach? This is crippling me. Yeah, I mean, I'm capable of riding this kind of stuff, but it was a shocking route to me, actually, just from the description. Yep, Neil's just asking Tootin if he's tried it. Guys, it's great. It is really good. I ride both. So, guys, I'm doing commentary on this right now. Ooh, JJ's going hard again. JJ's a hitter. I think JJ appearing today is probably really going to help Jonathan Basson's campaign here to win the 5-week series championships and become the series leader, the overall series leader. Jose, 8 seconds back. He needs reinforcements. Guys, get up there. Dave Garguillo sitting in 6th. Hendrik van der Zandt. Ryan Nickerson. Kyle Fry. Jeremy Chakes. Where's Joe? Joe's in the mix. Joe needs to stay in this group. Austin Urch here as well. Austin, 6th overall at the moment in the series. Guys, I told you earlier, lots of stuff can change in that top 6. If I look back at it again, Jose's there, Joe's there, Joe Meyer's there, Dave's there. Okay, I'm going to take a look for Martin Coffey. Albert Chan is in 8th overall, Scott Cunningham 7th, Austin Urch 6th. I don't know if I see Martin Coffey right now. He's currently sitting in 5th place overall. I don't think Martin Coffey is in this group. He's fallen back, folks. We're looking for him now. Dave Garguillo says 11th, so he's in the second group. So is Austin, so is Albert Chan. Chris Evans is there, great job. Ryan Nickerson. Martin Coffey. I thought I saw his name earlier. We're going to have to catch up on him. Here's Daniel Neugbauer. Lots of Canadians here. Brian Kelly, Peter Smith, Brian Hackman, Boys in Motion, Peter Smith. Ooh, yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe Martin wasn't here today. Anyway, I talked about Martin Coffey a lot in the first race just because, the Paul Coffey. You guys should know who that is. Scott Cunningham, okay. Jonathan has found himself in a perfect position here. Always at the front, always paying attention. They now have an 11-second lead over the second group. Now, the group up front is only 3. Chase group 11. We got Hendrik van der Zandt, Kyle Fry, Michael Brown, Chris Evans, Jeremy Chakes, Joe Meyer. Oh, look at this. That last little bump I was talking about blew them apart a bit. Let's see if they all survive. Okay, Joe's back. Albert Chan's there. Jose's there. Austin's there. They're all back. So there were some bumps coming off those bridges. They hurt, folks. Trust me. Kishu. Yeah, Kishu's been here before commenting. I'm pedaling squares today. At least the view is nice. Yeah, some of these guys, it's tough. You can see the riders just ahead of us. They are just up there. Wow. We got a 10-second gap, though. We're going to have a little look back here. We're on Big Joe now. Riders looking sharp here. Fans everywhere. Signage everywhere, folks. So if you look through the HUD, I know it's hard to see now. Well, maybe I can do this for you, folks. And we go around a corner. I was just lowering the camera, so on that long straightaway, just hang on. There's another long straightaway coming up here. We're going to just have a little look back. Prepare to see the riders come around that bend. Pro camera work provided by Colin. There they are, folks. There's the riders that are chasing. We're going to bounce to Chris Evans, flip it around again. We're going to catch these boys on this back stretch. Tried to stay straight and stretch at the same time there, folks. I'll admit it. We're going to put the camera up a bit. You can just see them up on the horizon here. Looks like the hill's we got a little bit of a climb coming too here, folks. A little bit of a climb. These guys are at 2.5%, 3%. Big Joe, he's on 4% here, 3.5%, 4%. Oh, look at this though. JJ's going again. Who's JJ Miller, guys? Who is this character? This rider rode by himself at the very beginning, got caught, got back in the group, did not get dropped, and is off. And Scott takes the opportunity now to attack on this downhill, trying to get away. Scott Cunningham, folks, might be a bit of a wild card. Scott fought 7th place overall in the series. And there's several riders within striking distance. He could easily vault his way up the series standings. Scott looking good here, folks. Come on, Scott. 6 watts a kilo right here. Looking good. So there's the gap. Scott's just opened up. JJ went on the attack, kind of like shut her down. Scott counterattacked at the same time. Looks like Jonathan's just kind of hanging on in the back here. Hopefully he's not suffering too much. You can see the boys coming from behind now. They're coming now, folks. They've got it down to 5 seconds. 10, 11, 12 seconds is now down to 5. Wow. Okay, so here's Scott. Back to JJ Miller. Jonathan Bisson, and you can see the chasers coming now around that corner. We're going to flip it back around. Hendrik van der Zandt. They're trying to reel Jonathan back in. Jonathan, now, dude, you're going to have to show off those time trialing abilities now. Now is the time. I don't think he can afford to let them pull him back. He's been out there by himself. They've been working extra hard. The 3 of them versus this group of should be 11. And it definitely looks like it's 11. So Ryan here, yeah, we got our 14 riders. Sorry, there's 3 up front. Yeah, and 11 behind. Got lost with my guys. That's tough math. 3 plus 11 is 14, Colin. I'm going to read my chat for a second here. Chen Landau, what is the difference between the team, this stream, and the one that starts in 45 minutes in the MyWhoosh channel? Dude, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure who else is streaming in the MyWhoosh channel. Oh, possibly the elites. Yeah, dude, that's going to be the elites. They do their thing. I do mine. Neil says, can we not do a video on the more average riders like myself? Championship for the 80 to... Yeah, Neil, we could. Dude, Neil, why don't we create... I've seen a lot of it on MyWhoosh lately. I think they've just kicked it off. Let's watch Kyle here. It looks like Kyle's up to something. Look at this Canadian here. Yes, dude. Let's go. Joe Myers watching him closely. Going to watch the front, though. Scott's working the magic right now, folks. Working the magic. He's got an 8-second gap over JJ Miller. Scott Cunningham, currently 7th in the series. He could get 200 points for the win and vault right up there. You can just see JJ Miller, and I think Jonathan's coming back. Jonathan is pushing away, opened up the gap to those behind him again, and has now caught JJ Miller. Look at him. I think he's putting his head down right now. Now's the time, folks. He's looking at the distance, 6 kilometers. No problem. Time to enter warp factor 9. Neil, just to jump back to Neil's comment there. Dude, I see on MyWhoosh a lot, they have, lots of categorized racing. So now they've just started a series of 3 watt per kilo races, 3 to 4 watt per kilo, 3 watts and under. Those have been running for a while. I've been covering those in OTR virtual events. So basically, your cap is 3 watts per kilo, average for the race. Anyone that's over that, I've always said it the nice way, they get promoted. But basically they get disqualified because they're too strong. So they get promoted, hey, go race in the other series that we have. So that's what they've been doing. JJ and Jonathan here. This could be really, really good for Jonathan right now. JJ's still hanging in there, still got lots of strength. This is going to help Jonathan get away. Remember, Jonathan in second place right now. Jose, who we're on right now, are tied first place overall in the series. Whoever finishes ahead wins it. Yeah, Steven Cycles is saying right now there's OTR 3 watt per kilo races, usually on Monday evening, I think. Yeah, Steven, that race is an OTR virtual events. Shout out to Jim Ogilvie. He puts all that stuff on. Some of the best racing you're going to find. It's all the stuff I've been helping grow over at Inside Cycling World. I met Jim and said, hey, man, you want to do some commentary? I'm like, absolutely, dude. Yes, sign me up, bro. And I've been working with Jim the whole way, and I think we both really grown the community events. I could say that. I'm part of that. Jim's been putting in all the grunt work in the background, scheduling events. I'm trying to add some color and excitement to it. You guys can see all your race replays. Fantastic stuff. Working together, growing it together. Scott Cunningham here, still with this 8-second gap. JJ Miller and Jonathan Bisson. Jonathan's going to be getting some drafting right now. Yep, Green lights. You'll know drafting's in effect when you see the power numbers turn green, folks. Let me just check my chat here. We're still 4 kilometers out right now. So yeah, there are 3 watt per kilo races already. And yep, Steven answers. Chan, the other stream is Cat A. Yeah, so there's an elite. Yeah, they call category A, the elites. They're on their own stream later. And Neil saying, oh, I like that category racing. I'll have to give it a go. Yeah, Neil, you can come do it here, or, dude, you know how to create races, bro. We got Nighty, or you could do that, right? I'm sure he can figure something out for you. Guys, I'm talking about other platforms, other software, but I support it all. I support it all, folks. I am not a platformist. I deny that. I ride them all, boys. I ride them all. A little overhead look of Scott here. Let's flip this camera around. You can see all the lovely graphics here, guys. Some people like the realistic looking routes, but you cannot deny that this looks really good. Like, really good. It takes a lot of horsepower to run this kind of stuff. I think it's great. You know, and like I said, I'm doing this, and then I'm riding on the realistic routes in Utah, and then I'm coming back and doing another race today. On top of that, I'll have a bunch of grunt work to do. Loading cars up, doing all the animal chores, then heading out to an extra late Christmas party. My wife, Joey Jojo, the mastermind behind the channel. She works at a small dental office. She runs the dental office. And, ooh, yeah, good look at the boys here. We will be jumping back to some of the other riders very soon. And so having a small dental office, you know, it's hard to get a room. So we're off to the casino tonight. We got a room booked, catered meal. I might get a little fruity, if you know what I'm saying. It's just one of my sayings, folks. Don't worry about it. And yeah, it's going to be a good night. Cycling early tomorrow morning, race coverage early tomorrow morning would be very difficult at this point, is what I'm going to say. So Scott's still off the front here. Yeah, Scott, let's go, bro. I'm going to look back at the standings here quickly. You guys can't see this stuff right now. Scott has done very well. Ooh, and guys, check this out. Scott, who's currently leading this race, fingers crossed he holds his lead. I always cheer the breakaway. He missed the culture ride. He's in 7th place, and he missed the culture ride. So he got 0 points one week, still in 7th place. Very consistent. Golden Gate, he scored 170 points. Alcatraz, 175. Coffee Trail, 170. It's 200 points for a win, folks. So he's right up there all the time. Missing that one race probably cost him... Well, we're going to see what happens today, folks. He's going to get some good points today if he can stay out there by himself. Jonathan and JJ sitting 11 seconds back. Ooh, we're on the little bridge section again, folks. Yeah, it gets nasty right here. When I first did this, I thought, oh yeah, a little scenic bridge route. We're going to ride along the water. Isn't this pleasant? And I just thought, at the end, I'm like, where did this hill come from? I think there's like, at the very end here, there's like a little 8% wall. And you could tell here too, folks, Cities Beach, but you've already climbed 231 meters. I'm not saying it's a climb, anything like that. You could just see Scott Cunningham in the distance going through those semicircular barriers. The crew's coming up from behind again, though. Chris Evans coming now. Look at this, Chris. Nice job, dude. Chris is getting busy here now. He's like, it's time now, folks. We're only 1.5 kilometers finished. I got to separate myself from these other riders. Jose still hanging in there. Jose is holding his cards tightly to his chest. I think he thinks they're going to get back. And they might. 14-second gap now, folks. What do these guys have left in the tank? Let's have a quick look here. Can we see the boys? Can we see the boys? I don't see them yet. I'm looking. I'm going to do the Colin. Try to look over the hill thing. I just saw him. Folks. I just saw him. And I think it was Austin. It's Austin Urch, 6th overall in the series right now, folks. Austin is on a tear. Get it, Austin. Austin's another dude that's reached out to me. through social media. Let me know about yourselves, folks. Let me know about yourselves. Let's go Evans. Yeah, Chris Evans doing good. Terry Evans here, obviously supporting Chris Evans. Virtual Velo podcast here. Hey, Guy, thanks for stopping in, man. Saying, go JJ. I don't know a lot about JJ. Is this JJ's first race with us? Been extremely strong today. Out front by himself for the first quarter of the race. Came back into the group. Super strong rider. Really helping Jonathan Basson out here today. That's not to say Jonathan's just being a wheel sucker, because Jonathan is an incredibly strong rider. I think they're thinking they're going to catch Scott now. And they're not. Scott's at the finish line, folks. Jonathan needs to get any points he can. Look at JJ go here. JJ Miller will get second. Jonathan Basson third. That finish line came up extremely fast, folks. We got Austin Urch here trying to hold off the field. Look at this. Here they come, boys. Here they come. Jeremy Chakes coming in. Austin Urch got it. Austin Urch held that over Jeremy Chakes. Huge group came in there, folks. Huge group. We now have 13 finishers. 10 of them were within probably a second from each other. Awesome stuff. Let's just make sure. Okay, I'm going to slide myself over. Slide the country western look over for you. We're going to do that. We're going to go back to the stream here now. And so Albert Chan's done. Brian Hackman just finishing. I think I just caught Brian Hackman. Daniel Neubauer. They're all coming in now, folks. Okay, no, sorry. They're coming. They're on the descent now. So Joe Meyer's done. Albert Chan's done. This is our group now. This is the group here. This will be for 15th place. So Brian's out by himself with 500 meters to go. 5-second gap over Bryant Kelly. Let's have a little look back, see where he is. Have a look back. Here comes the crew. Virtual Velo Podcast. Great podcast, folks. JJ won the first race. He's a strong racer. Oh, geez. Let me look at that. JJ Miller. Okay, I need to scroll down. I don't think he's been here for all the races, has he? Okay, Brian Hackman's holding them off right now. Jamie Dumper, Bryant Kelly coming strong, folks. Only 100 meters to go. Brian Hackman cruises across the finish line. Looks like Daniel's going to get the next position. Another bunch of riders coming in here, folks, including Peter Smith, Bryant Kelly, Jamie Dumper, Super J. We've seen him every week. He's always here. Brian Hackman, Boys in Motion 2, bouncing back to Andre Baldi. I think he's just came up out of that little wicket hill at the end, that little wall. So what I need to do... Okay, so Andre's going to get... Let's take a look, folks. Andre should be getting 21st place. Greg Abbott. Ooh, Greg Abbott and Mark Valancourt coming in next for 21st, 22nd place. Look like a photo finish to me, riders. Look like a photo finish to me. Right, okay, so Virtual Velo, thank you for the answer. No, he hasn't. I think he was using his official... Oh, his official first name in the earlier... Okay, I'm going to have to take a look and find that. Joe's saying he screwed it up. Joe, great race, dude. Great race. We've had Greg Abbott cross the finish line, Jeremy Belcher. I'm going to bounce back to Paul O'Donnell here. Looks like he's finishing solo at the moment. 200 meters from the finish. Going to try to keep with these riders and not bounce away too much now. I don't know what's happened with the final standings, folks. It's going to be interesting to look at them. Joe saying good race, everyone. Dave Garguillo. Me too, Joe. Woof. Good racing. Yeah, that was tough, guys. That was tough. So we got Paul O'Donnell finished now. Craig Tafoya coming in, being pursued by Brent Sensenig. So let's watch Greg for a little bit here. Looks like he's about 600 meters out. Looks like Brent is a further, 500-600 meters back behind him. Trying to see if we got some groups. Actually, I see behind us here, Jamie Furman and Joji Ishikawa might be involved in a little bit of a battle. Let's take a look at... Ooh, there's 3 of them here. Randall Warren as well. Okay, so this is how we're going to play this one out, dudes. Greg Tafoya, he's already got his position locked up. He's going to be finishing in 26th place because he's riding solo. He's not going to blow up now. He's still pushing close to 4 watts a kilo, riders. 300 meters to go, 200 meters to go. Brent Sensenig will get 27th, riding solo. Great job, Brent, and great chatting with you at times. Oh, little bounce back there, folks. Let's just hang with John Little for a bit. Here's that little climb, that little wall, I should call it, at the end. This wall just kind of comes out of nowhere. Never expected that. I wonder if I could jump to CCAT. It's always hard to bounce in and out. I got to look at my time closely, folks. 8:30. Oh, I got an hour till I got to do my 60 Ks on my group ride. I will not be hammering on that one. And anyone that's watching here that will join that event with me, not going to stream that one. We got to keep the voice supple for my later stream of OTR Tour de Monde at noon. So again, just to get your bearings, 8:30 in the morning for me. At noon my time, 3.5 hours from now, I'm going live again. Tour de Monde, MyWhoosh. Let's hit it, boys. We're going to have a banger today. We're racing in Bruges. So it's going to be so fast. I think it's 42 kilometers, blistering speeds. I think we got 4 meters of elevation per lap. Each lap being roughly 10 kilometers. So it's going to be insane. Can say this, though. Don't blow yourself up today. Because you got a little problem tomorrow. You got a little climb to do tomorrow. Yeah. Maybe don't completely destroy yourself today. Because tomorrow is going to be epic climbing El Liminar in Colombia. Unless I've screwed up my weekends, I'm pretty sure we're doing El Liminar tomorrow. So John Little here, 600 meters to the finish. Let's see if we can bounce back to Randall Warren. Ooh, Randall. Okay, folks, stuff's happened. I was trying to wait. Those 3 that were together, Randall, Joji, and Jamie, blown apart. I guarantee you it happened on that climb. I popped away from them because I knew there was going to be pop-in on the screen. Because they were a little bit further back than the front riders. And that's when I have that happening, at least on my device. I guess I got to upgrade my PC again. Hey, and I'll do that. Who's here? Beauty stream is always... Okay, this looks like it's Brian Hackman. B-Hacks. Thanks, Brian. Love it. Love it, dude. Hey, guys, if you can share this to anyone, make sure you like the videos. The likes are important for me. People always think, oh, dude, you're getting so many subscribers. Yeah, I know, but whatever. Subscribers are just subscribers. I'm not saying that in a weird way. Randall Warren's in now. Okay, he should be showing up. So John Little got 28th. Randall Warren... Oh, sorry, he's not done. So Randall Warren is at 27.9 kilometers, but I think we've got a couple of people... Oh, sorry, folks. Randall Warren broke away from Joji and Jamie Furman. They were together on that kind of that white bridge section over top of the water. Yeah, obviously, subscribers. Fantastic. It's the likes that get my video to other people that are interested in cycling. YouTube looks up my subscribers. There you go, Randall Warren finishing now. The amount of subscribers, YouTube's like, yeah, whatever. It's the likes. If a bunch of people like the videos, they're going to tell other people that like cycling videos to watch us. I know you guys sit there all day like I do on the weekends watching cycling videos. That's what I do. I want to see what's going on. Joji finishes in 30th. Let's see where Jamie is. Jamie's just finished now. Should be just lining up the leaderboard. As I said, there he is. We're going to bounce back to Brian Kellison here, who popping on the White Bridge. On the White Bridge. So this will be good. We got Brian here. We're going to hang out with Brian for a while. Looks scenic. It looks easy, doesn't it? It looks like you're on one of those little country nature rides. You know what? Every town has it. They have the bike path. We don't ever ride them because it's too... it's a pretty pedestrian pace, I would say. They would scream at us for being on there. That's what this reminds me of. But for some reason, there's a wicked little kicker at the end here. Take a look. You can see it coming. Really shows the elevation well, like the gain. What I'll do here is I'm going to zoom down here. Let's get right down low. Oh, don't go underground. Do not go underground. We're going underground, folks. Sorry about that. And what we'll probably do is we'll probably zoom in on Brian here. Yes. Guys, what do you think about this? And what we're going to do too is we're going to zip around a bit. You can see how hard Brian's working here. close to 5. He is at 5 watts a kilo here, 480 watts, smashing his way up this little wall of delightment at the end of the race. Marvin Angarita, he's on a different pace today, folks. Usually this guy is right at the front. Right at the front, folks. And that little thing there you saw where I was a little bit underground, that's my fault. I have control over the camera, and I can make us go underground. It looks like Marvin is riding with... Actually, let's just make sure we catch Brian's finish. Is still a ways off. We got Joseph and Marvin Angarita. Those are our last 2 riders out there. So Marvin Angarita, absolute hitter, folks. But really cool to see him out here participating today. He's just on a cruisy ride today, folks. Super cruisy. If you've been around long enough, you'll know who Marvin Angarita is. So many cool riders on here. So much elite racing. Guys, respect and props to everyone that shows up for these things. So we've still got Brian coming to the finish here. Dave Garge, do the standings lock after today, or does next week count? Okay, Dave, so I had to figure this out. This is Dave Garge talking on the thing. Yeah, okay, thanks, Steven. Steven says El Liminar is tomorrow. So, guys, that's going to be insane. I might be home early. I'm trying to cover multiple time slots, which I've already done. I think I did the UAE time slot. Let's just zoom out a little bit here on Brian. Kind of looking right at the back of his head there. And I usually do the UK time slot. That's what I call it, the 1900 GMT slot. Tomorrow is a little bit, I'm not sure. Some days I get home early after a big night out. I just get Joey up. I just throw her into the car at 6 a.m. and I get home. I may do the same time. Guys, yeah. So I'm doing Tour de Monde at noon today, my time. I might do it early tomorrow. We'll see. I've got both race series confused in my brain right now. Dave, yeah, so the 5 weeks, the way I understand it, they're locked in place now. So after today, there will be like a 5-week series leader. Next week, there's a one-off race. So if you're qualified for it, which I think everyone pretty well will, I think it said the top 50 riders will go through. Well, you guys made it for another one-off race to declare the champion. So we got Brian done. We're with Marvin now and Joseph. We're going to hang with these guys to the end. Don't want to leave my boys hanging. After that, guys, this week I think I'm going to have to jump right away, start getting prepped up for my ride. At least I don't have to totally rebuild my room. I'm going to leave the stream set up the way it is so that when I'm done my ride, I can quickly shower, get snazzy jazzy, get the hair done, and get ready for my second stream of the day over on MyWhoosh. Okay, I'm reading here. So yeah, Dave, standings are locked. We're 800 meters to the finish for these two boys. Kellison is a multinational champion in his age group. He could have destroyed us today. Wow. And here he finished solo by himself, 32nd place. And that's what I'm trying to say, riders. So Dave, thanks for putting it in there. This leads me into something perfect. Guys, and this is why I love the live chat. You guys trigger me to think about things. So obviously, Dave knows Brian Kellison somehow, somewhere. The guy could have destroyed the field. He wasn't on that kind of ride today. Obviously, he's probably just here qualifying for championship series coming up later this year. Marvin Angarita could definitely be way at the front in this one too. He's just on a different pace today. Not every day is a race day, but the best thing these guys do is they show up and they support the events. That's the only way you're going to grow the community on a platform. Trust me, you got to show up and support the events. Okay, so Joseph here is getting a little rammy, finishing nice, 6 watts a kilo. Marvin, just cruisy. Great job, Marvin. Yes, dude. And he emotes. Marvin knows I always watch. Okay, so Dave's saying, out of respect for the series, didn't compete since he hasn't been racing it. Yeah, good guy. Yeah, guys, that's something to think too about. Yeah, great point, Dave. Awesome point in that if some absolute hitter showed up, let's say like the number 1 ranked guy in esports shows up for the last race, they could destroy someone else's chances of winning that has been fighting week after week after week. So yeah, Dave, awesome point, dude. Awesome. Thank you so much. So some dudes are coming on here and just saying, hey, dudes, I'm just here for the ride, support the event. I'm not going to take points away from anyone else. So it's going to be really interesting today, folks. Scott Cunningham, JJ Miller, Jonathan Basson. So the way it looks right now, Jonathan is our 5-week leader because Jose Montero Avedo finished behind him and they were tied for points. I'm not really sure when the points will get updated. Ryan Nickerson finished really well too, 7th place. Dave Garguillo in 6th. Jeremy Austin did really well today too. Just looking quickly at the points riders. I'll just let the camera flip around and do it at once. Ooh, there's some close here. Yeah, so I don't think Martin was here. I didn't see his name, so Martin missed the last event. He was 5th overall. And Austin Urch was only 3 points behind him. Scott Cunningham, who was way at the front today, let's just have a look here, was in 7th place overall, and then ends up winning today. So he's going to get 200 points just for today. The only thing that's going to hold Scott back is that, if I look here, Scott missed week 3 for whatever reason. Previous commitments, I don't know, sickness, whatever, family stuff. Culture Ride would have been right during that Christmas stretch. It was probably on the 28th of December. So, yeah, guys, how many Christmas family things were you forced into doing that you probably didn't want to do? Joe Meyer, too, like, props out to Joe here. I mean, 180 points last week. Remember, 200's max. 175 the week before. 170 for Alcatraz. Joe, week 1, Golden Gate, dude. That was your worst week? I mean, still riding really strong. But Joe, dude, you could have been right there. Joe, I remember Golden Gate too. That's the first race I ever saw you racing, and you did that epic bridging attack to get back to the main group. But sadly, you caught them on the climb, the Hawk Hill climb, and obviously you were fried at that point, and then just started drifting back. But yeah, dude, that could have went so differently. You could have been like, dude, you were in the running right there. Awesome job, Joe. That's all. Anything I'm saying here is with total respect. Just 1 week that was a little off. And you see it, like, even, okay, so I'll say it again here too. Dave Garge, his week 2 Alcatraz was just a slight off, 121 points. But last week, 190. Week before, 170. All the guys at the front, they were like 170s and up. Consistency. Now, if I go back, I want to see something here. Virtual Jonathan Basson, Golden Gate. Okay, I'm going to have to find his name. I'm just looking for JJ Miller's name on here. I just don't see it. Maybe he was operating under a different name. Maybe shortened up his name there. I don't see a Miller. That's okay, riders. We'll figure it out. Okay. Dave is saying he had bronchitis, killed his chances. Okay. So, yeah, like if I'm looking at Dave here, fascinating to look at this. Dave's worst 2 weeks were his first 2 weeks. Podium in week 1. Yeah, okay, gotcha, Dave. Yeah, okay, the bronchitis killed my podium chances in week 1. Not profile, that's what I'm reading here. But I understood what you meant. Like, so Dave has placed like podium points the last 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks, out of it. 137 and 121. So yeah, guys, you never know when it's going to catch you, right? But that's just the way it is. Everyone's going in with the same kind of things going against them. Daniel Neubauer says, well done all. And I'm just going to jump back for a second, folks. I'm actually in the other screen here. Daniel, where did Daniel finish? Daniel finished 16th overall today. So again, let's recap this. Scott Cunningham in first, JJ Miller, Jonathan Basson in third, Austin Urch in fourth. Great job, Austin. Jeremy Chakes, another Canadian, in fifth. Dave Garguillo, Garge at large, we'll start calling him, from New York City area, I think. In sixth, Ryan Nickerson. Remember, we had a Ben Nickerson comment in the comments, so is this the younger Nickerson? Possibly. Seventh place, Jose Montero Avedo. This guy's great. Always support this guy too. I've seen him race so much. This is a dude that will race Sunday Race Club and then come do all the community events. That's what we need, folks. I think it's so cool when I'm doing my OTR stuff. And guys, just so you know, I haven't raced once on MyWhoosh yet. I'm too busy doing the commentary. But I've probably seen more races than most people out there right now. And for the community events, that's where it's at. The community is what's going to grow this product going forward. That's what's going to grow it. The community racing, sponsors coming in. You can see sponsors on the boards right now, folks. That's going to help grow everything you see here. No community, no product. These bangers, these hitters from Sunday Race Club are jumping over and joining into the OTR events. They're crossing over into other events. Once a few of them see it going down, they're all going to start coming over. So that's it, folks. Everyone's logged out here. I'm going to jump out and start getting ready for my group ride in 45 minutes. That's actually perfect timing. One last thing I can say. Oh yeah, Juicy right here. I got my gems. You guys should have gotten your gems if you did the MyWhoosh 300. I'm not spending them. I'm waiting for the season pass. JJ here. Great racing, everyone. I think it was the second race that I won. I enlisted as Joseph Miller in that race. Okay, dude. Okay, Joseph Miller. Dude, you're throwing me off here, bro. You're throwing me off. So I'm going to look for a 200 pointer. Right there. Joseph Miller. Yep. Joseph Miller. First place in the second race. That would have been Alcatraz. Okay. Okay, gotcha, dude. I remember that one. And kind of thinking you were way by yourself. I think Joe finished really high in that one too. Joe Meyer. Joe got 170 points in that one. Jose got 190. Jonathan Besson got 180. Okay, interesting. Okay, JJ, really great to meet you, Joseph Miller. Okay, so there he is. Dave Garge, I wanted to race SRC, but I don't have a compliant trainer. Yeah, I know, that's the hard part, right? It's only allowed in ERL by exception. And yeah. Great job, JJ. Awesome racing. Super strong out there today. Yeah, great to see you. So guys, get into the community events. Guess what? Who do you think is going to be there? This guy. Guys, I love doing this. I do it myself. I don't work for anyone. I think people like this stuff. If you can support the channel, it would be much appreciated because I gotta somehow figure out how I'm going to pay to keep living in the 10 by roughly 10 cube that I do all my broadcasting, streaming, and cycling from. So I want to get racing on MyWhoosh soon, but I'm covering the big events, the biggest events I can. Yeah, JJ, it was a tough group. These guys are really strong. I think all you guys need to start riding in the community events. First suggestion, look for the OTR stuff. That's the stuff I've been covering that's been growing week after week after week. Johan Moreno, you guys know him from Sunday Race Club, right? He puts on we did a great event together, the Columbia Series, 4-week stage race. Really fun. We're doing another one. NSA Racing, really good too. I've been doing that as well with Eric Rinborg. So check that out too, folks. Yeah, thank you, Dave. Guys, sport's great. I love it. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go ride my bike. Okay, riders, I'm gonna sign off now, I think. And we'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.